What's up, my dudes? Thanks everyone for the 40K. We have a very special unboxing to celebrate. This is the collect to build your very own pit. Let's check it out. I really like this style of packaging. Nice and sturdy, but still really easy to get into. Whoops, almost forgot his chain. I always liked the sculpts toybiz put out. When they lost the licensing to Marvel in 2006, they started doing these legendary heroes, so they could still do the Build-A-Figures, which I thought was awesome. Also really cool to see some of the less common characters come to life in a toy. I love Savage Dragon, I love Pitt, I love Witchblade. These guys are all really cool characters. The sheer size of this BAF is just so cool. I've had several of them, but I've never actually built one. Fantastic articulation and sculpt on these arms. If you didn't know, this right arm is really hard to find. It's worth as much as the whole rest of the wave, just this right arm. I was a little nervous going into this just because this is one of the more expensive Build-A-Figures I've ever done, and I was definitely struggling to get the legs to pop in there. Let's see if the torso is any easier. The material on the midsection is much thinner than the arms and the legs, not nearly as heavy because it's hollow. I was having quite a bit of trouble to get it to click in there, and finally did. So I thought that arm clicked in there. It did make a little bit of a click noise, but I was really struggling getting the right one in there. As I was struggling with the right arm, I realized that the left one wasn't actually connected, so we're going to break out the heat gun. When you're using the heat gun, you want to make sure that it's hot enough, but you don't want it too hot so that it melts the plastic. I guess I got to turn it up just a little bit. It doesn't seem to be getting warm. There we go. I'm going to warm it up and we'll see how this goes in. Still doesn't really seem to want to go on there. Got to heat it up just a little bit more and I think it'll go right on. Yep, there it goes. Now we'll repeat the process on the right arm, which, remind you, is the most expensive piece. Sweet. Clicked right in there. So it's actually a good thing this didn't pop on earlier because I forgot to put his chain on before I put on his leg. I want to make sure I get it warm enough on this one. That is a bigger peg there. And there we go. Right in there. And one more time. Don't forget that chain. Make sure you got a comfortable spot so you don't burn yourself when you're using that heat gun. And here we go. Nice. And there's Timmy. I love the articulation on these hands so much. Check that out. Haha, got ya. Seriously my favorite Build-A-Figure ever. I really like the different use of materials on his clothing and chains. I always enjoyed toybiz's sculpts. They did a really good job on this wave. They chose great characters, great paint job on all of these as well. Super cool. Savage Dragon was always a favorite. Check out that fin hawk. I love everything about this wave. They chose great characters. They did great sculpts. It's got great paint. Toybiz came correct. 10 out of 10.